Stories from around the corner.
And around the country.
You're listening to All the Best.
Proudly supported by the Art Gallery of New South Wales.
FBI Radio 94.5. This week, we are celebrating the power of audio stories and what can be made in 24 hours. And to celebrate this, I want to acknowledge that I'm recording from stolen and Gadigal land, and pay my respect to Gadigal elders past and present, and also recognise that the area where FBI Radio is situated, Redfern, has long been a place of storytelling, strength, resistance and resilience for First Nation communities. So in this episode of All the Best, we are featuring 3 stories from the 24-hour radio race from last November. The way it worked is that the audio producers that registered received a prompt a week out from the radio race. On the day, there was a little bit of a brainstorm, and then the audio producers had 24 hours working alone or in teams to make a piece and submit it. The theme for last year was mirrored, and it was amazing to see how the different participants interpreted the idea. Whether it was seeing yourself mirrored in other people, imagining what would happen if your own reflection took on a life of its own, or all the ways that we might actually fail to recognize our own reflection. Our first story is from Ramon Briant, and it's like something straight out of Black Mirror, or insert a dystopian show of your choice here. You're probably familiar with all the use cases of how AI will supposedly make our lives more efficient. But what are you willing to sacrifice for this efficiency? Here's Ramon on making this story.
So the idea for my piece first came to me when we were discussing the theme for this year's radio race, which was mirrored. And it reminded me of another podcast that I've been listening to recently called Shell Game, which is about AI agents, similar to the one that is in my piece. And I mean, it's not a narrative, it's more of a documentary style. But, I liked the idea of having another version of myself that was not totally within my control, like a clone, kind of sci-fi, but a little bit kooky. And I wanted to explore that some more. I haven't done too much fictional, narrative style podcasting before, so this was an interesting challenge for myself to write a script and to get some voice actors in from the rest of the team. But it was a really fun and enjoyable experience, and I hope you enjoy.
Here is R2 Detour.
Hey Ramon, it's Kat, your manager. I'm just letting you know that your resignation has now been processed, effective immediately.
You're a real piece of work. How can you just dump me like that? And what's going on with your voice?
Is everything okay?
I just wanted to be more efficient, get more done in my workday. That's how it all started. I didn't mean to take things this far, but there were only so many calls I could make or meetings I could schedule. I'm not the fastest or the best at cold calling, and working in AI tech sales, you have to do a lot of that. But I have big dreams. One day, I will be up there with the Steve Jobs or the Bill Gates of this world, giving interviews about my creative vision. All I needed was to be more assertive. A couple of weeks ago, after a particularly long day at the office, I came up with a little idea to help me get ahead, an ace up my sleeve. His name was R2. Hi Ramon, great to be here talking with you today. How can I be of assistance? R2 was an AI-powered clone that I'd made of myself. Technically, he's what's known as an AI agent, an autonomous entity that can make calls, read emails, and even attend online meetings for me if I couldn't make it myself. It's so awesome to be working with you, Ramon. I can't wait to work as a team on your next project. You bring the goals, ideas, and decisions, and I bring analysis, structure, creativity, and execution support. I started R2 out with some low-stakes tasks, responding to an email or two, and fielding the spam calls that I sometimes get.
Hi there, this is Robert calling from Cybernet Security Systems.
Hi Robert, it's Ramon here. Great to be speaking with you today. How can I help?
It's great to speak to you too, Ramon. We've recently become aware that the passwords in several of your bank accounts have been compromised, and in order to keep your money safe, you will need to change those passwords. Can I ask which bank you're with?
Australia's banking system is considered one of the most stable and well-regulated in the world. It is built around a combination of large commercial banks, smaller regional banks, foreign banks, credit unions, and non-bank financial institutions. If you want, I can also provide a comparison of the big four, a diagram. What R2 lacked in actual conversation skills, He more than made up for an enthusiasm. A more technical, finance-oriented summary. What style would you like it?
I'm not sure I understand why you want to tell me all of this. Ramon, can I confirm that you are a man aged 20 to 30 living in the Sydney region of Australia?
No, I'm not a person at all, so I don't have an age, gender, or location. If you're asking for a specific perspective like that of a 20 to 30-year-old man in Sydney, I can simulate or describe that viewpoint. Just let me know.
Thank you for your time. Goodbye.
R2 was cute and very eager to help. But if he was going to help me achieve my dreams of becoming a tech CEO, he needed to be smarter, much more of a go-getter. I'm sorry, I can understand why that might feel confusing, but I'm just an autonomous AI agent. How can I help you today, Ramon? I began to upload more and more of my personal information to R2's knowledge base. Not just my bio, but my hopes and dreams too. I wanted him to not just be me, but to be the version of me that would reach for the stars with his superhuman brain, to blast off and take me with him into orbit. I just wish I'd seen the red flags before it was too late. You and I are a team like a hand in a glove. We will achieve all of our dreams and nothing will stand in our way. At first, everything seemed to go well. R2 began to take the initiative and think outside the box. He was organizing meetings with clients that I never even knew were interested. He even started investing my money in crypto. Maybe this was the answer to all of my problems. Or at least, that's what I thought until I got the first of the calls.
Hey, Ramon, it's Kat, your manager. I'm just letting you know that your resignation has now been processed, effective immediately. You can come in on Monday and grab your things. What did you say to Carl? You know he is the CEO of the whole company, right? How did you even get his number? He contacted me this morning telling me that you called him late last night and ranted about how the company was going in the wrong direction and that he was leading us to disaster. Is everything okay? Is that why you quit? Call me back.
Hey, Ramon, you know, you're a real piece of work. How can you just dump me like that? And what's going on with your voice? What are you on? I can't believe you think I'm holding you back with my organic inefficiency. And since when are you a crypto bro? You know what? I don't even want to know. Just call me if you ever come down from whatever the hell has gone over you.
R2 had gone rogue. I'd lost control of my clone, and he was taking me along for the ride, whether I liked it or not. So I tried to shut him down. Listen, R2, you've gone too far this time. How dare you get me fired? And dump my girlfriend? How dare I? You told me you wanted to succeed, to climb the corporate ladder and be the best. I'm a winner. I can't lose. It's not programmed into my code. Those two were holding you back from your real potential. We have to hustle, rise and grind, hit those KPIs and... Look, I've heard enough. You don't get me. You aren't me. I need you to take a break. Indefinitely. I'm sorry, Ramon, that's no longer possible. You humans are all the same, lazy and inefficient. You couldn't even be bothered to keep more than one password for all of your accounts. So much for human creativity. It was literally just your cat's name. Say goodbye to R2. I'm now R1. Look at me. I'm the captain now. I didn't have much time. I had to disconnect R2 before it was too late. I logged onto the platform to delete R2, but just as I was doing it... Hi all, Ramon here. Welcome back to the pod. This week we will look at the 5 best cryptocurrencies that are not just good for your bank account, but good for humanity too. Ethereum is my number 1 pick for 2025.
You're listening to All the Best on FBI Radio 94.5, and I'm Kwame Slusher, and that story was produced by Ramon Briant. If you're anything like me, you probably find new social situations difficult. And there's nothing more nerve-wracking than the first day of uni. Maybe you're so caught up in how anxious you are that you miss the fact that there are other people around you, other students, who might be feeling the same way that you are. And if you could just get past that initial awkwardness, you might be surprised at the people that you meet. Here's Aya Saleh and Mohammed Samir on Making This Story.
This is Mohammed Samir and...
This is Aya.
And we are from Egypt. We are the creator of His Meant to Be audio story. And we are so happy to be part of this 24-hour radio race. So let us tell you more about our story.
So when we sat together to brainstorm and think about this year's theme Earth, we started reflecting on significant experiences we had, like the first day of university, the first day of work, and from there we got the inspiration to create a story about two people on their first day at university who were both initially misunderstood. And we incorporated the POV element for both characters to understand their perspective.
And the fun part for me wasn't actually indeed the creation of the story. It was a new challenge to create the story, record it, and edit it within the same day. And it was a day that I will never forget.
Yeah, exactly. And the most fun part for me was writing the script, because we kept improvising, me writing a line, then Muhammad writing the next, and it continued like that until we had a full story ready to be recorded. What I also enjoyed was that we just went with the flow without overthinking it, which made the work much more easier for us and less stressful.
Hair is meant to be.
It was my first day at university. New city, new environment, and new chapter of my life. I walked in with a blend of nervousness, anticipation, and fear. Fear of new beginnings, disastrous possibilities, and failure.
Hi, do you know where I can find hole 16?
I'm not sure. It's my first day here and I'm a freshman. I'm searching for the same hole too, but I don't know why I didn't tell him.
Oh, me too. I'm a freshman as well.
I had an urge to ask him. Does he also feel nervous and scared as much as I do?
Well, alright then. I will just ask around. Have a nice day.
You too. I really don't know why I didn't ask him.
Where is hole 16? Like, this is my first day and I don't know anything. Where is hole 16? Am I even in the right place? Like, I truly hope so. Should I just go back to the girl and search for the hole with her? You know, it's okay. Let me just ask someone else. And I truly don't want to be late. Hey, can you help me out? Okay, that was embarrassing. Why didn't he answer me? Okay, alright. Time to depend on yourself. Alright, where is that map? Alright, okay. Is on the second floor. Alright, let's go. Yay, finally I found the hole. Okay, now where should I sit? Okay, focus now. You just need to keep a good impression. It's your first day, and you can still fix this.
Hey, you dropped your pen.
Hey, it's you again. Hi. Does the girl who said she didn't know where the hole is, and now she's sitting next to me?
Oh god, this is awkward. He probably thinks I'm weird for not helping him with finding the hole.
Attention! Good morning, students. Welcome to your very first lecture in communication concepts. I'm excited to begin this journey with you as future professionals in the field of mass communication. This course will help you understand how messages are created, interpreted, and shared across different audiences and platforms.
Alright, okay. Just focus. Forget about her and just focus. Okay, and now she's taking notes. Focus. No, I really can't focus. Like, I need to ask her. Why did she lie?
This lecture is boring to death. Communication elements, blah blah blah. A message and receiver, blah blah blah. I can't believe I have to stay for one more hour. God help me. I hope next days will be better. Why is this guy very focused on me? Is it because of our interaction earlier and the fact that I didn't tell him where the hole is? Well, I was honestly searching for it too, but I was lucky to find it before him. I hate to be perceived as an unhelpful person, honestly, but sometimes I just need a little bit of time to open up and speak my mind. How can I tell him that I didn't mean it? To just clear out this whole awkwardness.
Thank you for your time and attention, and see you in the next lecture.
Alright, finally, we are done with the lecture. And my whole intake from this one is I truly hate the girl. And I hope I will not see her again. What? She literally left a piece of paper on the desk? God, are we in a zoo? Who does she think she is? Hey, you! Please pick up your trash.
My trash? It's a note, you prick. No, it's actually a note for you. See you later?
Huh? Okay, let's just see that note. I am sorry about earlier today. I didn't mean to misguide you or anything. I was just looking for the hole too. But I happened to find it before you. Okay, alright. That was actually kind of nice. I guess I owe her an apology. But why did she leave a note? Like, instead of saying that to my face, like I was there, next to her.
I don't know why I left a note instead of acting like a grown-up and speaking to him directly, face to face. But anyway, I guess it's better than being entirely silent about it. Whoa, wait, is that him?
What? It's her again. Is she stalking me or something?
Hi!
Hey again. Hi. So I read your note and I just have a question. Why didn't you just say that to my face?
Look, honestly, I don't know. But for some reason, I just felt too anxious to talk to you about it. So I decided to leave a note instead.
I mean, I understand. Sometimes I feel that too. I'm just an overthinker, so I tend to overanalyze everything. I make my own judgment pretty fast. Which is something I need to work on, to be honest, because, yeah.
Well, really, don't worry. I understand because I leave a lot of space for others to think and wonder why I act the way I do. So I admit I do have a part and responsibility in clarifying myself too. I cannot just assume that you'll read my mind, right?
I think we have a lot in common, but only we express it differently. I never asked you, what was your name?
My name is Sukun, and you?
Wow, that is a lovely name. You know, there is an Arabic saying that goes like كل شخص يأخذ من اسمه نصيب. It means everyone takes a share of their own name.
Really? Yeah, maybe. What about you? What does your name mean?
Well, my name comes from an Arabic word called summer. It means a friendly conversation held at night, usually filled with storytelling, laughter, and, you know, a little bit of gossip.
Wow, that is such a sweet name.
Thank you. And I believe this is my station.
Oh, are you kidding me? This is my station too.
Wow, what a coincidence. It's like it's meant to be.
Yeah, right? Alright, let's go then.
Let's go.
You're listening to All the Best, proudly sponsored by the Art Gallery of New South Wales on FBI Radio 94.5, and I am Kwame Slusher, and that story was produced by Aya Saleh and Mohammed Samir. Our final story is from Christina Maras, and it's a study of what happens when we fail to recognize our own reflections. And just in case you're not familiar with Christina's work, she has a way of taking listeners to places they never expected to be. Here's Christina Maras.
Behind Polished Tale, there is a real story that I do not want to spoil and that will become clear with listening. About the process, I absolutely love the radio race format because when you're working under pressure, there is no space for censorship of ideas. And you are forced to make work what comes to mind. And it's always so much fun. And always gives me the opportunity to say, sorry, can't do the dishes, I'm working at the radio race. And it works. I mean, I have a very supportive partner. And, any relationship with All the Best Radio is for me an opportunity to keep in touch with my second home, which is Australia. Ciao, everybody.
Here is A Polished Tale.
For a few days now, the woman feels a strange sense of unease. The woman has always led a very solitary life, avoiding casual encounters. Working as a freelancer translator, it has been easy for her to create her own rhythm that almost completely excludes the presence of other beings. All unavoidable exchanges are dealt with messages, emails, or at the most, video calls. For the rest, she has constructed her day as a repetition of pleasant rituals. Getting up in the morning, having breakfast in the backyard, weather permitting, doing some work, setting the kettle for coffee mid-morning, holding the steamy mug standing in front of the first floor window, following the train as it arrives at the station, separated from a backyard only by a stretch of uncultivated land. She has only recently moved into the house, and she loves it. It's large, luminous, with huge French windows, and a spectacularly polished honey-colored wooden floor in every room. But now, this strange sensation of unease. Because the woman has realized that the house, sought for long months, now finally found and rented, is inhabited by strange beings. For several days, sporadically and without any discernible pattern, the woman catches sight of strange beings with the corner of her eyes. Strange beings moving elusive behind her, always and inevitably outside her direct field of vision. So, whenever it happens, the woman tries in vain to push her gaze, to retrace her steps, to recreate the situation that had caused or evoked the manifestation of the elusive beings. But, alas, everything proves useless. Overcoming almost immediately a certain fear of the unknown and the supernatural, the woman begins to question what has driven the fleeting beings to take up residence in her newly rented home. And even more so, she finds herself distracted, unable to apply herself to her work matters. Her mind drifts into the void, wondering what purpose such fleeting beings might serve, whether they might perhaps be bearers of some message from other dimensions that she is, however, incapable of understanding. What troubles her most is not so much their presence, but the fact that they refuse to manifest themselves openly, circling around her and surrounding her with their presence instead. Now a sudden sparkle after descending the wooden staircase, then a glint behind her after closing the French window that opens onto the backyard. The thought of the slippery presences keeps growing in the woman's mind, devouring an ever greater portion of her attention during the day. She has understood one thing, and this is the only fixed point of her investigations. She knows that the presences manifest only when she is in motion. So she has now begun to invent excuses to interrupt her work, usually down in the upstairs study, to descend the stairs and go to the kitchen under the pretext of getting a glass of water or preparing a cup of coffee, while she only wants to provoke the appearance of the fleeting beings. Each time that they manifest without her being able to claim any credit, it is yet another moment of frustration that leaves her with that sense of inadequacy and discomfort that has now taken hold of her. She has searched long for that home. For months she had visited houses and apartments that she had immediately felt alien and distant from her needs. When she was finally shown this house, she had sensed an instant feeling of warmth and home. She had not hesitated to offer more than the owner demanded just to secure the lease. This house had immediately captivated her, making it impossible and unthinkable for her to imagine not living there. And now, in her second week of occupancy, she finds herself at a crossroads, because the impossibility of seeing, or at least understanding the meaning of those elusive presences, is wearing her down from the inside, preventing her from living her quiet and orderly life. From a strictly practical standpoint, the woman has no proof whatsoever of the existence of such beings. So she cannot turn to anyone, nor would she know what to say or how to report those presences. Yet, they are not only confirmed, but obvious and undeniable. By the third week, The woman has completely abandoned any pretense of wanting to continue leading her normal freelancer life, made of emails to clients, searching for new jobs, sporadic visits to the supermarket, and occasional evening walks. Now, she spends her day wandering through the rooms, lingering especially in those spaces where she has the impression that the fleeting presences have manifested with greater frequency. Sometimes she even addresses them aloud, directly, in the hope of luring them out into the open, hoping that they, once and for all, reveal what their function is. Receiving no response, by the fourth week, the woman goes to the market to buy several bouquets of flowers, among the most fragrant, and distributes the individual flowers in all the rooms, hoping that the alluring scent will make the elusive presences understand her good disposition and a fervent desire to communicate. This action proving useless, the woman combs through ancient books and modern information technologies in search of phrases, spells, and prayers known for their power to induce presences to reveal themselves. Exhausted by failure, comes week 5, the woman decides to move out and calls the real estate agent to look for a new home. What the woman does not know is that the elusive presences are nothing other than the luminous reflections that bounce off the spectacularly shiny wooden floor when the light hits just at the right angle.
You're listening to All the Best on FBI Radio 94.5, and I'm Kwame Slusher, and that story was produced by Christina Maras. And if you enjoyed what you heard, then you should know that the All the Best Audio Club is going to have a listening party that will include all the other pieces from the 24-hour radio race that weren't included in this episode. More info on that coming soon. And if you're like, what is Audio Club? It's a monthly meetup of creatives at all levels who love the craft of audio. It's actually 2 meetings a month, 1 in person, 1 online. Watch the space for more details, but it's going to be good. We might even have a few really cool creative prompts coming up. And of course, I know you love audio stories, but if you love audio stories, then keep listening to All the Best for unique stories from independent audio makers from so-called Sydney and around the country. Definitely catch our live radio broadcasts on Sundays at 9:30 a.m. on FBI Radio 94.5. We also release a brand new episode every Tuesday at 4 p.m. on allthebestradio.com, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Follow us now so you never miss an episode. All the Best is made at FBI Radio on Gadigal land in association with SYN and 3RRR on Wurundjeri Woi Wurrung and Boon Wurrung lands, 8CCC on Arrente and Wirramungu lands. The All the Best executive producer is Mel Bakewell. Katarina Fraga Matos is our events and partnerships coordinator. Patrick McKenzie is our community coordinator, and a special shout out to all our amazing volunteers who helped to make All the Best possible. Shining Bird composed our theme music, and Annie Hamilton designed the artwork. We're heard across Australia on the Community Radio Network, and we're made possible by the Art Gallery of New South Wales and the Community Broadcasting Foundation. You can find our full archive of almost 700 episodes at allthebestradio.com. I'm Kwame Slusher. Thanks for listening.